there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ellison, and from everybody's favorite little trout shack nestled safely behind a waterfall, I'd like to welcome you back to Cairn. This time featuring copious amounts of freshly brewed infusion, some hot home-cooked meals that have inevitably spilled all over my backpack, and of course, a healthy assortment of alcoholic beverages to soothe our weary throats into this good night. Because according to the barometer, it is 12 minutes past the hour. And of course, that means we are going to be engaging in a good old spell of some night climbing, thanks to this lovely little rainbow to usher us into the next section of the game. If you want to proceed with more plot points, we can just keep on heading up since we're nearly done ascending this mighty waterfall. But like I alluded to at the beginning of the last episode, there's a camp down below us here that I think would be better off explored here and now. And because we'll have plenty of opportunity to use our infusions, I'm going to try and actually just see if this will work like this. It's unnecessarily janky, but that's all right. We'll make it over here. I saw it. I've done it before. I'm not scared. But I also might not want to be too careless because there is ground here. It's just not very solid. Also, there is a very conveniently placed gentian here for us. So we'll probably put that to good use, I would take it, on our way back up. But yeah, you can still see the remnants of a camp of a bunch of extremely careless climbers that did nothing to try to clean up after themselves. And it's quite upsetting. But we'll go see what they're all about once we make it. And I stop doing these unnecessarily gutsy climbs. Okay, sure. I guess I'll go a little higher then. I will say, the very first time I did this area, I ended up phasing through the floor and dying. And I'll show you where that happened, but I'm afraid that it's going to happen again. And I guess that's just some of the pros and cons of playing a game with these intimate artifacts and limb physics that we have to contend with every so often. But I really wish I had been recording, because that would have been an amazing reaction to have. It was just so silly. And like Ava was all balled up and she was like morphed and spaghettified. It was insane. I was like, man, of all the times to not be recording this. But that's all right. You'll just have to take my word for it. I think you've already seen some of that happen just naturally over the course of this playthrough. So let me go and take another quick look here, because it seems as though that is not the button I was looking for. Let's see. Yeah, I actually am going to check out this landing over here, and we'll just probably make our way down that corner. I think I see some of the tent right there, or it might be an awning or something. It won't be that bad. But one of the things I do really appreciate about this game, and that I won't stop harping on, is the fact that you can take so many different paths up and down, and they will be different for literally everybody. There are some ascents that I would never go down from, and vice versa. So that's just very cool. And we also have some questionably clean water here. You are going to run into a slight issue as we get a bit higher in the lack of water sources that you can drink directly from. You'll have to put it in a container and boil it back in a bivouac before you're able to drink it. And it's not that much of I guess, a difficulty hike, but it's something to take into consideration if that's what you're doing. Actually, shoot. I was thinking maybe I could try to Emperor's New Groove my way down here, but maybe not. It doesn't look like there are any handholds down here. I would just sort of slip down. Yeah, let's actually go this way, I think, just to be on the safe side. I've done my share of gutsy moves for today, so I think I'm fine. When you have grit, grip, and focus, you really can just like get away with a couple of feet of carelessness. And I'll try not to do too much of that. Especially because it didn't quite work out as well for us in the last episode. Although I did become an official card-carrying member of the Red Rope Club in the Rave Cave, there were still a couple of harrowing experiences we had to deal with, and I still had grit, so that can only get us so far. I'm gonna need some charisma, I'm gonna need some uniqueness, of course, some nerve and talent, are necessary as well.
Oh, yes.
But we should be alright from here. Even if I fall, I think it'll only be like a broken vertebra or something. You know, a slipped disc or two. But we'll be fine. There's a nice little divot right here. Let's go stick my foot through that. And yeah, sometimes it still just looks a little higher than you would think. So we'll try not to get too ahead of ourselves here. We're fine. Yeah, I would have just slipped right on down there. As much as Climbot would have been a lovely, you know, John Goodman to my David Spade, I would still be hurting pretty bad falling from there. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, we're fine. Just gonna go and break the physics, and we should be set. Although if I jump down in the replay, I'll get a nasty red arrow. I'm gonna try to avoid that if possible. No more bailouts. Not today. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, camp that has not been taken down, nor will it ever.
They'll go up the mountain, but they won't give up an ounce of comfort.
No, they won't. So here we have a set of logs, and it turns out that this group of climbers have been observing what they thought was a lynx, but because of the scat they found, they might be in the presence of a bear. No beats, no Battlestar Galactica. So, they might be in the presence of one bear, or family maybe? When the Crystal Guild started hunting them to exploit the caves, many bears had to look for new shelter. Perhaps this one comes from lower down in altitude? Perhaps. Another observation session. So thanks to the telescope that we'll be taking a look at, there might be a bear. So what did they decide to do, you might ask? Well, they're extremely excited, and they want to discover this majestic animal, so they are going to confirm or deny the presence of a bear. Yeah, doesn't sound too smart to me. Here's a damaged recipe page that is going to let us know to mix lentils with sweet tea. Not the worst thing in the world, but also it sounds kind of disgusting. Who knows? Also, this part makes me so mad. So we find a small bottle, right? Hear me out. It said a small bottle, but it holds 3 servings of drink, whereas down in the rave cave off the corpse that we looted, we picked up a large bottle, and that only gave us 2, count them, 2 servings of moonshine. I don't know why they did that, and it upsets me to no end, and I don't know why. You know, maybe I will use this as a future ultimate infusion holder. I think it would be a good idea to hold on to some extras there, and that way I can just go ahead and take this thistle with us right now, if it'll fit in me bag. Here we are. Because there's going to be a ton of other stuff that you'll want to pick up before continuing on up. But over here, we're going to be making our way to this little pinnacle, and I don't think there's anything there aside from the telescope. Maybe some food or something, but we'll be checking it out in just a moment. Because the camp doesn't end here, folks. No, this is exactly how they left it. But, oh, a picture of a vending machine? The scratches in the waterfall cave we took a nap in? That's not bad. That's kind of cute, I guess. Or maybe it's a different one. There's also a goat and the trio. The best buds of them all. This is not the last we'll be seeing nor hearing of these trios of climbers, but yeah, we'll get into that later. It doesn't look so happy to see us. And of course, a lovely sunset. I told you, man, don't lick the frog. Why would you do that? Ooh, and this is, I think, right above the waterfall, and it's right below our first troglodyte settlement we'll be exploring. So we'll remember to see that there. And let's keep on going. In the backpack, we have some Coronal. Not interested. But I am going to go head down over here. Oh, you know what? If I cook thistle into my drink, I don't think that'll turn into an infusion, right? So if I take, no, not you, but take these 2. Yeah, I don't think I'll get thistle water. I think it has to be like nettle or something. Ooh, I may have goofed. All right, that's fine. We'll pivot, because I actually still want space in my inventory for this milk. Although, I don't think we necessarily need it. Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, as far as me bending through time and space and the fabric of reality, it was right here in this corner. I came through and I died immediately. There is the shrine space directly below us. You can't really see. But let's see if it happens again. If I actually go a little bit farther up, see if I can't just do it here. Please don't, please don't. Okay, thank you. It's like I just phased right through the wall and it was so frustrating. I was like, are you joking me? I died for no reason. And I kind of hope it happens in this playthrough. That's sort of the reason why I'm holding on to the pearly Edelweiss. All right, hold it, hold it. Ultimately, I wanted to see if I could recreate the glitch of me falling through the world here. So I went back to test a hypothesis and almost immediately I fall through the world. So if you ever find yourself at odds with death, you could either choose to die or space-time rewind.
That's better.
Is it though? Is it though, Ava? Because it still counts as a fall, and that is simply inconceivable. How dare you? Back to your regularly scheduled programming, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and we've got another source of water here. I'm going to take a quick sip of that. And we're going to be making our way up here. Actually, I don't really know the best way to go about it. I would think from the backside is usually the case, but I'll have to go all the way around. Alright. Maybe I can do it from right here. I might just go ahead and chalk up. Yeah, I should be able to make that. There are purposeful creases here, and it might be raining. That's okay. That's why I got the grog, you know. And at least it's not a grognack. Yeah, they give us plenty of options here for those who are willing to look. And we are going to be using our chalk soon, as in the newly composted stuff. Thank you. Yeah, we're fine. Easy money. So, I think we make it all the way from here. I don't know if there's anything on those other sides. Might not necessarily be worth a check. But we'll just do something like that. Beautiful. And the rain isn't really even affecting us all that much. You can usually see the water running down the surface. Oh no. Please don't do the thing. Thank you. Oh, and it stopped raining. Ooh, protein bar? Was that a dandelion? I thought I saw. Plastic bag. Fine. So we can take a look through here. And I think... those are the marks. Because that obviously screams what you want to be looking at and going towards. Oh my god, there's so many of them. This bear is a better climber than I am. Sheesh. Scaling the sheer wall there. I thought she might have had some words, especially now that we... Well, maybe it's because we already talked about Capsule back in the waterfall cave. Huh. Okay. But that does look like my furniture downstairs. That is all we can look at. Can't zoom in again. And unless there's like another spot for us. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. I could have sworn I heard somebody screaming down there. Sheesh. It's just the plastic bag. See, they just leave their shit everywhere. Oh, I hate it when people do that. It's like, where am I? Barton Springs? Wanted that. Oh, there's a raspberry juice there. One of the things that I particularly don't like about this game is sometimes you do end up missing things on the ground because the detection for picking them up is just so janky. It's so focused on things that I don't care about. Oh, and I did pick up the protein bar. So we'll go and eat that. And sure, let's take care of that now. This will still raise my temperature quite a bit. But so will this. This will also fill me up like crazy. Do I want it? Do I want the raspberry? Yeah, you know, maybe I will. That doesn't leave any trash, thankfully. And there we go. You know, I could also maybe go for some grit. We'll grab some water on our way down. And that should set us up pretty nicely for some goods here. Berry milk. That is not what I was promised, sir. So let's see. Climbing down might be a little sketchy on this side, but should be all right. Yeah, so we'll end up getting out of this with like a net positive. Was there something over here, actually? I don't think I checked out this landing. Might as well. We have some extra time. As much as I'd love to get to our first settlement, we'll just have to see whether or not this is worth it. It looked like there was something there for sure, though. We got the grit. We got the moxie. We got the moves. It's evidenced by my feet. And will I make it? Will it blend? Oh yeah, we're fine. I really hope there's something over here. Sometimes, when the juice is not worth a squeeze, it just ends up being a rock. Can I, like, just step to it, please? Thank you. You have to land a very particular way. Nothing. Okay. And there was nothing over here, it seems. Yeah. How much you want to bet there might actually be something there? God damn it. Yeah, this might have just been a little reprieve. I might be able to jump to this over here, though. Should I try? Is it worth it? I mean, we might as well. Come on. Work for me, baby. Yes. Oh my god. They must have patched this at some point in the past couple weeks, because those used to be so broken in my opinion. But lately, I did start a different Alpine playthrough just to check some stuff out. And I noticed that it did work in the place that I was so afraid to use it the first time around. And then when we did it in the recording, I was like, yes. I also don't trust this. I was gonna go ahead and try to climb up there, but I think I'll just go this way. This will be a slightly quicker way back up, so I will take it. And that, I think, will essentially do it for us down here. I don't know if it would be worth it for me to grab that milk now that I have the berry juice, but maybe I will. The only thing I could think of using the goat milk for is to mix it with another trout. Oh, and there's this. Well, I'm glad I came back. Instant nudes, climbing tape. I'm good. What else did I miss? I guess it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Nothing else to read here, right? And then there's nothing else around here. Okay. It's not that bad, actually. Get a nice little rainfall. It is cozy. And like I said, it actually isn't that detrimental to your climbing experience as you would be led to believe. There aren't even that many, like, terrible storms that you have to weather. So it's just very cozy. And very timely. I love it when it rains at night. And I think the greatest lie that was ever told to us as children is that rain is bad. No, rain is great. Actually preferable in most instances. Alright, so I did end up picking up the plastic bag that I did want to get rid of. Our inventory is technically full. So if I do that, there we go. Start recycling this. I mean, I will try and mix this thistle, but maybe not, actually. Do I want the milk? Get that boy some milk. Because look at this. This goat milk is so huge in my inventory. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe we'll just save this thistle for now, and I'll go and take this with us, this berry milk. And that way, we're sitting pretty. I'm going to get rid of this grog too eventually, but, oh, maybe I should just do it now. We'll just drink it. And we'll make our way back up to the cave from here, I believe. As far as this is concerned, I guess I'll take that with us. But we just have to essentially go straight up. And it's a slightly different path. I do want to grab that Genshin we passed up, though. And that way, we'll have the twofer. And we know for sure the Genshin will give us an infusion. I'm just not so sure about the other ones. I think nettle does, and maybe plantains. But I don't know. This is just, we're playing it by ear, brother. I don't know what I'm talking about. Nope. All right. So, sure, we'll try this way. Sometimes these bulbous rock areas might not be super amazing or wise to climb up. But it's not wet, ironically, despite being right next to a waterfall. Yeah, we'll be alright. So I'm gonna do this. Please don't slip. We're fine. Just take this and rest your little weary feet right there. And let me see. This should be okay. And we'll stretch when appropriate. There we go. Ugh. Nope. Nice leverage there for us. And then we can sort of just kick off the sides of here. I don't think she likes that very much, though. That does look very uncomfortable. Oh, this is no bueno. Maybe I should have gone up the other way, right? Uh-oh. They're not exactly doing what I thought they would.
Come on.
Yeah, we've got handholds to the left of us, handholds to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle. Sure. See, sometimes she just like struggles and you don't know why. I'm just thinking like, surely this isn't that uncomfortable, right? Sure, we'll do this. I see some sketchy little spots here. Let me set you right. Yeah, that's the wall. Not what I was looking for just yet. Sure. Because I want her to put her foot right there. Thank you. And then we'll do this. Raining again. Oh boy. Let's go and use our chalk again. And we should have plenty of space over here. So we'll start by maybe turning a bit. Yeah, not bad. Sure. Just hoist herself up right. Well, maybe not. It's really struggling for a second. Maybe going up that right side would have been slightly better. Ah, we're fine. Thank you. Well, maybe catch our breath a little bit. Take a nice little sip of the old waterfall. Why not? And we're directly below the entrance to the trout cave. But I am slightly worried that we are far more exposed. So I'm gonna just carefully, while I still have chalk, it's definitely not making things more difficult for us right now. I do this. Set my foot up there. There we go. Slightly calculated. Thanks to our friends over at NASA. The ones that are still employed, at least. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Let's keep on going up here. And of course, we're going to be just running out of our goods. So that's nice when we're able to time things out. But I do appreciate going down there and learning a little bit about some of these characters. Otherwise, lacking some of the context for some of maybe the other people we find on the mountain, it leaves a little bit to be desired. But some of the names like Rhodey or Roddy, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, and others we'll be running into might bear a little hollow if you miss an interaction lower on down. So again, I do feel like that does a bit better for, you know, context's sake, and just making us feel better about not sucking, right? Oh God, I hate it. I hate it. Thank you. I'm just gonna go over here, side shimmy, and we're set. So I'm gonna need to make room in here. I've got none of it. Go and use that, since that alcohol really did a number on me, you know. Actually, I could also just do this, and with you, thank you. So I could go a little bit higher. I don't think I finished exploring the cave on purpose, as much as I wanted to keep going with it. There we go. Just wanted to keep things consistent, not waste too much time. This might not have been super wise. Come on, before everything runs out, man. Thank you. Oh yeah, we're fine. Look at that timing. Stepping right in as everything runs out. Oh, it's so good. All right, now to deal with our small bottle that holds more drink than our large one. We'll go and cook some stuff up. Maybe one of these days I will try out the thistle with water to see what that happens. But when you mix it like here, it doesn't show us that it makes an infusion. So we'll go and do this. This for sure makes that. And they were nice enough to give us thistle right next to this rest point. So that's something I actually picked up right before we started, in case you were wondering. So, and this will leave us with something pretty nice. I'll use my grog to make us up to the rest of this area, but feels pretty good to have that lovely infusion on hand. This egg, Do I want to mix it with anything? Mix the grog with the egg whites? You know, I actually have made some pretty good mixed drinks with egg whites. Just like, I don't even want to get into it right now, but people always look at me kind of funny anytime I say that. But maybe we'll make another trout meal if I can catch one. We'll see what else this area has in store for us, because I did a very brief run through the last time we were here. But I think there's a recipe in here. I might not have picked it up. Ah, here it is. Today, a local recipe. Cooking the trout from the troglodytes with goat's milk, blending the best the mountain has to offer. Thank you. Amongst other things, probably cooling pot, lentils and ham. If we had some sweet tea, you could go and mix that, but I don't think it's necessary. Anything else in here? That might have literally just been it. Was just that. There was also this cooking pot over here. I think we did take a look at this one, or cooling rather. So you can actually still make milk with this, which is nice. Freeze-dried veggies. Don't actually need it though. So let me see. I want to take a look. We've had this compote before. Doesn't bother me. You know, let's actually go ahead and just get rid of that. So this will actually hurt us if we try to eat it raw. But you can still make milk out of it. Extra sweet. Man, I almost... Oh shit, I did not mean to eat that. Because I was thinking I should maybe just get rid of this egg. It doesn't take up much space and you don't really need it for anything. Oh well. Let's see, can I catch another fish? It is kind of fun, but if you aim for their tail and then, yeah, grab it, it's not that bad. Look at that. I'm not sure what else you could even make with the trout. I can't imagine it's very good. I would just recommend mixing it with either the milk or I thought the raspberry juice is what I was gonna try, but they lied to me. So we'll make another one of these. Should I mix it with the grog? Absolutely waste it. Oh, this is different. Did we just, I thought we made the rare trout cave stuff. No, it's the same thing. Just might be slightly different in some capacity. Huh, all right. Well, I'll just hold on to that for now. Shall I mix this with my grog? I mean, I am a little curious and I did want to get rid of this, so let's try it. Let's see what you got for me. A new meal, and it is eggnog. Moonshine with eggs. It's missing a few ingredients to taste any good, but at least I feel the holiday spirit. That's actually really nice too. You know. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'll just take it with us for now. That's fun. And we'll be able to make some space with that later. Yeah, I think we're finished here. Just about. That's so funny. Eggnog. Alright. So I do feel pretty good with our loadout. I'm still saving this for a moment that I feel like we'll need in a time of desperation. But we got pills. We got pills over here. And we'll be fine. So the sun is rising. And there'll be some other opportunities to drink up, but I think we're done here. We can't drink from the cave, which is fine. But we're just gonna keep on making our way up. Because there's a big old landing up here. And I don't think we necessarily need to, you know, suit up for that. So up we go. We've been going for almost half of the episode so far, so that's promising. I'm glad we're back where we started. But I hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. This is something I usually say like halfway through the game or so. But considering that these are definitely some longer episodes, I am intending this to go slightly more along the way that I was expecting Breath of the Wild to go. And I opted out of doing like hour-long episodes for that just because of the nature of everything happening. And it's not quite as cozy as I thought it would be. Not in a bad way, but I was certainly expecting there to be more moments of levity instead of stress. Actually, I'll take you right there. Set you right there. Yeah, this left arm is making me kind of nervous. I actually might just go and do that. There you go. Just hold on to something steady there. Will that work? Or is that a wall? No, good. I love seeing her just like climb up using that incredible strength. Yeah, if we had gone back to that right-hand landing, there's a lot of spots that you can just hobble over. But I think I'll take this little section here. It looks a little more harrowing. That's alright. Sometimes that's more fun. Maybe we'll get lucky if we fall. We'll spaghettify through the mountain, as was foretold. Yeah, that's actually not super promising. So do this, some of that. There we go. And we'll be doing pretty nicely for ourselves, I think. Just climbing up nice and carefully. Calculating every movement. Not going too crazy. God. I love this art style of the game. It's just so good. It's just like the pinkness and the oranges. It's like very pastel coated, but not in a way that gives me a headache, you know? Sometimes Easter, just that color scheme, makes me nervous sometimes. Because I always feel like I'm going to be sick for some reason. Maybe it's because it reminds me of Pepto-Bismol? I don't know. I actually want... Okay, that was weird. Thanks, man. But yeah, I think as I've gotten older, I've probably come around on pastel color schemes a little better. And this game is definitely helping on that front. It's probably because it's like a warm pastel and it doesn't look pale to me. Just like that one level in Odyssey. Oh shit. Oh please. Please don't screw me up. Thank you. Oh, Adam was there too at the age of 16. It's a tough wall to climb, but I'm hanging in there. Wow. Kid really gets around, huh? I forgot that was here. Okay, so actually, hold on. I'm gonna turn off my light, since that is distracting me. And we'll try not to struggle too much. Yeah, over here. Set my foot right there. Stop struggling, please. It's okay, Ava. It's not that serious. Oh, man. Will this work? Thank you. Okay, you got it. You know you got it. Big stretch.
Right now? Are you serious? You couldn't wait? Go on, go ahead. Play your damn message.
Hi, Ava. It's 7 in the morning here. I just wanted to send you a little message to see if you were okay. Things aren't great here. I had to take Capsule back to the vet. They gave him a new treatment, but he has to take pills every day. I'm hiding them in his food, but you know how stubborn he is. He'll eat all the way around and leave only the medicine. Our kitty cat is getting on. I hope you'll be around until you come home at least. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm bothering you with this. You need to focus. And I'm barging in with my same old. Anyways, everything's fine otherwise. I just wanted to keep you up to date with life on the ground. Love you. Bye.
Happy now, robot? You've ruined everything. Right, come on. Let's just get back on track.
Oh boy. A lot of mixed emotions there, in my opinion, but damn, that's Always so sad. And as somebody who's had a lot of trauma regarding pets and especially cats, it's one of those things that I feel especially bad for, you know, Ava and Naomi, of course. And things aren't going to get much better here. But I will say there is one shining light, and that's when you beat the game, you do get a very special keepsake. And it is indeed of Capsule the cat, which is adorable. That's one of the cats that was actually attributed to at the end of the credits, along with a couple of others, but one of the main ones that stood out to me was Nettle. I think Nettle was a cat name that was there, not what I expected to find, was Pixel, and we still talk about her. It's very sad. But there's not actually a place to bivouac here. So I'm going to see if I can't just make this a little more tangible in my inventory and take it with me. You see what I mean, though? They give you so much of this stuff. It's kind of crazy. Is there more back here? You would think that behind the waterfall they would have left us a little surprise, aside from me needing to edit a little bit. Maybe there is something up there. That's alright. Let's go and drink, though. We could also fish here as well. I think it's still the same trout, though, so look at that. I am becoming a pro at this. All of a sudden, it just clicked. It's also a frog. Would not recommend licking under any circumstance. But while we could climb, I think this is another instance where you can just walk up if you want. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something cool on the other side there. But we might be reaching another set of plot points here. This is kind of scary. Here we have raspberries. So I think when you cook these with water, you just make raspberry juice and not an infusion. So be careful about that. I think I came to that discovery a little too late at some point. But some nice little steps here. And there it is. The dead tree.
Yep. A face only a mother could love.
With red ropes. Oh boy. Well, I'm glad that this isn't where we're going to be ending things off today, but let's take a short break here. Ooh, it's actually pretty foggy. That's not good. You can barely see anything. I guess if we were down there, it would stand to reason that our visibility would be pretty short, but yeah, I don't see anything down that waterfall. That's all right. So this is going to be a very interesting climb, and you'll notice there's actually quite a few places for us to go. I don't think I've ever been on that left cliffside there, but you want to watch out because this guy is very territorial, and he will absolutely wreck our business if we're not careful. I don't think there's anything on this tree. I've climbed on it and explored around it. Nothing here. And maybe we do get like an achievement if we approach. Try to give it pets. Hello. But he runs us down and it's very scary. Oh, and there's raspberries over here. Yeah, maybe don't want to fall down there. Okay, so hold on. I just want to catch a glimpse. Anything new? How about up there? Kind of looks like there might be something. Nah, I don't think I'm even going to bother exploring that. All of the goods are over here. There's one door on the right, one in the middle, and this might be the one where you have to go indoor climbing, as it were. Oh boy. I offer you no hostilities, sir. If you don't mind. I actually want to see. Double check. Because I wouldn't be surprised if I was just wrong, you know. So lots of different places for us to start climbing. I'm going to go and bivouac. We'll leave our friend in peace there. And let's go and cook some stuff up, shall we? If we go and throw... Shoot. I actually don't think I need too many of these. I'll use my eggnog. And then I can maybe hold on to the nettle. Oh boy. This is interesting. I think the dandelion is smaller, but ultimate infusion still with the same goods. Always lovely. And should I just heat this up? It's not going to matter much. We'll be climbing in the middle of the day. We'll be fine. And I guess I'll just save what I have in my bottle for later and just use this first and foremost. I don't think I'm going to need it for the first part of this climb, so I'm not too worried. If anything, I could just use the eggnog since it's a little shorter. As far as my fingers are concerned, we are still in good condition. Maybe the next time we come across a roll, we'll be fine. And let's go. As far as our flight path is concerned, I do believe heading up this right side might actually be more advantageous to us because there's a couple of different openings that we can enter, and if we start on this right side, we'll be able to hit the lowest one first, even though it seems like we have some flowers jutting out of the side here, and I'm sure there's probably some nests that you can explore. Yeah, you see on that ledge sort of to the left there, there's actually one right there. Can't quite get a good shot of it, but there are plenty of birds around, and they will probably aggressively guard their eggs with their life. And for those of you who have been having trouble keeping your hunger low, eggs, for the space they take up in your inventory, are pretty nice to have, but if you're as hopped up on Ultimate Infusion as I am, it's kind of a non-factor at this point. Unless I wanted to really re-up on my eggnog, but that's alright. I don't think I should be drinking and climbing. There are plenty of people who do that for me enough. And aside from this not being a particularly challenging climb to start with, we are going to be rudely interrupted by a cutscene introducing a character we are already slightly familiar with, but it makes me kind of uncomfortable, and the direction that it heads into is a little strange. So we'll see. Maybe my opinion will change as we go on, but it never made me feel confident in this person, and especially in the very precarious position we find ourselves in. Luckily, it doesn't get too nefarious, but it also just makes me nervous, you know. So I already have a pretty low sense of faith in mankind, let alone men, you know. So it's just one of those things that makes me nervous sometimes. Oh yeah, we'll be fine here. Let's go and set our feet right there, and we'll be just alright. So there is a landing strip over here, but you can see where these flags are connected to. That'll take us to the first door of the village. Oh, look, there's a little nest right there. I think that's the same one I saw earlier. Just seeing it like this. I think along with the DLC, there is going to be like a free camera mode or something to that effect. Once you beat the game, you can rewatch your steps that you took to get to the top of the mountain, and you can really see everything in detail, but not like materials like eggs and stuff. At least as far as I know. I could very well be mistaken on that front. And so, any minute now.
Hey! Hey, wait for me! Whew. Whew. It's been days since I've seen anyone. I'm Marco. Nice to meet you. Wait a minute. You're Ava, right? I mean the Ava? Who reached the summit of the Giant's Needle from the south face last winter?
North face.
I see you have your robot. Same one you had in the magazines when I was a kid. I knew you'd started your ascent of Cammy a few weeks ago. I never thought we'd be on the same route. It's crazy. I mean, I've been a fan of you since I was 8.
And how old are you now? Aren't you a bit young to be climbing Cammy on your own?
Just don't tell my parents, okay? I've been climbing since I was a kid, though. Don't get me wrong. I mean, not as young as you. Didn't you start when you were like 5?
3.
What's that?
First time my father put me on a climbing wall, I was 3.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I should know. That's in your father's autobiography. Legendary climber, too. Great guy, huh?
So they say.
All right. I'll leave you to it. See you on the wall. Sammy, let's go.
Sammy? What, you gave your robot a name?
Of course. Didn't you?
I know he doesn't seem that diabolical, but there are a few red flags that just like stick out to me so much, and it makes me kind of nervous for Ava, being this semi-vulnerable woman climbing alone And this man comes along, and he seems to know an awful lot about her and her father. And I guess we're just going to need some more altercations with Marco before we can really say anything definitively about that. But it's especially in some of our later conversations when we run back into him that he just, I don't know, he gives me the ick. Can I say that much? Eesh. Okay, so we'll go over here and keep on climbing up. But I know he's not saying anything super malicious right now, but doesn't it feel so off? I mean, I had a sense of dread the first time he showed up, and I could dissect why I feel the way I do about him, but I don't want to really get into that because we're going to be getting into far more interesting things here shortly. And it has started to rain. Oh, and then I missed the landing strip there. That's fine. It doesn't look like there's even anything over here. There's a bird, but no nest. Yeah, it might have just given us easier access to the top here. But because of the overhang, we're mostly shielded from a lot of the water, so that's very nice. We get to enjoy the V-bays and the aesthetic of the rain without having to suffer any of the wet fingers, you know. I just get to play with my dancing phalanges all on my own. We'll call it good. Yeah, this part of the game I'm actually pretty pumped for because we get to learn about a completely fictional climbing society that has, over time, decided that it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. And we get to learn all about it here. So if that's something that doesn't interest you, then this section might not be as fun, but personally, I like it a lot.
A kid's room?
Yeah, you're telling me. It's very strange. I thought that was a basketball on the floor. I was like, are these kids playing basketball on a mountain? But one of the reasons we'd want to head into this kid's room is for something very strange. It's a letter addressed to Joanna. I'm leaving this letter here in the bed you occupied just a few years ago. Not sure you'll ever come down to the village to find it unless one of your goats gets lost down there. We're all gone now, and I didn't have the heart to tell you. Haven't seen each other for several months anyway. So, this is our old friend Rhodey, or Roddy, and he said goodbye to this village a long time ago, but he wanted to say goodbye to Joanna one last time. So it goes, the age of the troglodytes has passed, and it really wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Maybe there's a universe where the two of us are living in your lair, herding goats with a cup of tea in hand. Oh, Rhodey. Roddy. We also have some fresh water here, so might as well go and take a sip. And as far as things are concerned, I thought we could bivouac in here, but you can take a quick rest if you want. Pick up some fruit jellies, some coffee. Hell yeah, brother. I will be taking that as my eggnog decides it's getting overexcited. So fruit jellies are not super great because they dehydrate you. And I'm sure you could probably cook them into something, but I'm just going to go and take that. I'm also going to drink up. Possibly just go ahead and chalk up as well. I wonder, do I even have space? Can I do this? Yes. I love how sometimes it just forces itself into my inventory. Start composting that. As for the coffee, we obviously will be able to make coffee and sweeten it up and whatnot, but I don't know if it's necessarily worth it. Try not to eat it now. And we're probably set for this little spot here. So let us skedaddle now. And if we head out here, there's nothing really across the way it looks like, but there are a couple of different entrances. We have 3 holes on the left. These 2 middle ones will actually take us to the same place, but the one on top is actually blocked from a different area where we need to climb inside in order to access it, and that has our first proper upgrade. And I'm kind of excited to see that because it's something that isn't necessarily required, but as far as my, fashion sense is concerned, it is going to go a long way. So completely optional, but of course we will be doing it. And I actually am not sure if we'll have time to do that today. Is this even... Yeah, this is probably as good as we're going to getting up here. I do like that thick slit, but I do want to be careful that we don't get too ahead of ourselves. Ugh. So is there a little spot here? I could grab onto that. Might be for the best. I just reach. Reach up. Oh, for the sunrise. There we go. That's a flashback and a half. Not bad. Yeah, this is easy. It's a good thing it's also turning dark now. I don't know if I've ever climbed this place, like the rest of it, during the day, but it's one of the only spots where I had to use a piton to make it through because it was so challenging. And it's partially because I did that to myself, but it's just one of those things that I won't forget about this place, is how deceptively difficult it is. Nice. Also, as you could imagine, these are great handholds, and we'll be using plenty of that as we go on. But welcome, my friends, to the village of the troglodytes. At least one of them, as a matter of fact. So, this is the 5th village, and as of the last census, there were fewer than 12 people living here. So, there are some miscellaneous items here. There's also this incredible, I don't know, statue. It just looks so cool, man. Oh, and we also have underground oak, which is really great to eat. And so I'm going to go and use this as an opportunity to maybe go ahead and use up this chalk. And I'm also going to move you down here. It takes up a lot of space, but it's really good on just filling you up very quickly. How does this keep getting like pushed up? So that's going to be just enough. I don't know if you can cook with it, but it gives you some good amount of health and some hunger. So legends say it's super effective against pain, like Tiger Bomb times 100. So we'll just take that. There's no need in depriving us of the goodness of Tiger Bomb. And, oh, okay. This is strange.
There's no escaping math class.
No, because of course, where else would you need math more than on the side of a mountain? So the big departure. This is the last day of school, and their final lesson is on life down below. What to expect? What do people who live horizontally look like? Is life harder down there? And how do we adopt? There are means of locomotion like a bike, train, planes, and magical objects like the TV and the computer. Imagine living in a society where one day you will just have to migrate somewhere else where everything is so advanced and so technologically forward than what you've been used to that I just couldn't fathom it, you know? I mean, it sounds like it'd be kind of nice in this day and age. Here we have the poetry of the day. What's the point of learning poetry about the exploits of the troglodytes when the summit will never be seen? Well, they were surprisingly good at writing, probably better than most people they plan to acclimate with. Some mushrooms on the floor. There's also a nice little picture of the ocean. Could you imagine? Is that like they're NASA? All right. God, I thought that was a freaking basketball, man. Why are those things everywhere? Okay, so that must have been it for the math room. A couple of beds here. It'd be kind of unfortunate to have to sleep next to where you learn. But if we head over, ooh, yeah, let's go over here first. So this way will take us back outside, and this is where we could continue the ascent from slightly higher up than when we entered. There's that door over there. But I don't think we're gonna do that, because if you try to get up into this room here, I don't know, you can see there's a crawl space. And so we're gonna have to break that from the other side in order to access that. But in my opinion, it's a good challenge in getting up there. And oh man, I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to brave that today. We are gonna be a little short, but, oh, what do we got?
I wonder what life was like up here.
Good news, amazing news even. We're signing with you, Kai. Of course, I told them how excited you were with the partnership. You can give me a big hug and congratulations whenever you come down. But, in the meantime, if you could do one thing for me, send me some news!
Send me some news!
That's really funny. Oh my god. Well, being side with Yukai is pretty damn cool because we sort of learned about them back in the training gym. Oh, here we have a page of notes on the Pearly Edelweiss, a medicinal flower in the digress family. It is Cammy's rarest plant. Its properties have served us to heal the sick and soothe the dying since time immemorial. Well, that's exciting, right? At least you would think so. There's also another note over here, which is a damaged recipe for porridge. So mixing oats with sweetened milk will get us a nice hearty meal. And for that, I don't really care much for. But this seems to be a bit of a rec room of some sorts. I don't know if there's anything up in these echelons of beds and whatnot. Be kind of cool if there was, but I guess I can maybe just take a look. The only one of interest really is Roddy's note. And so that's the one thing that we want to go up with, because we might actually run into somebody named Joanna. May or may not be the same person. So we'll see. There's a surprising amount of camaraderie we end up facing over the course of our adventure, even some that are slightly more dangerous. There's more miscellaneous items, cooling pot with tea bag and some clear water. Was there anything else aside from that? Oh, here we go. So here we have a register, and this is very telling. So apparently, week 12 of the lunar calendar, a climber was seen on the outskirts of the village who did not stop. There was also a mountaineer found dead near the village's edge. These sportsmen never think about the fact that when they fall, we're the ones taking care of them, and the children have to bear witness to it. Plus, that young beekeeper, who we didn't necessarily run into just yet, came to see them with a crate full to the brim to celebrate his son's birth. Tonight is grog night. Oh, he must have brought the mead. Or did he? He did have some packaged up goods. There's also a new mountaineer, climbed not far from the village. They denied him access because he insisted on coming there, but apparently he had an injured friend down below. Well, I think we know who that is. Isn't that Roberto and Gabriel? Well, they had a quiet day. Once. No climbers on the horizon. Good. Yeah, that sounds right up my alley. So we already had a nice taste of that, and we are just about done here. So there's a nice bivouac spot, but I do want to bring our attention to this little room here. This is going to be probably your first real challenging free solo ascent, because we have the crystal room. But what makes matters even worse is the fact that you gotta climb all the way up there.
No ladder here, obviously.
And I think even though you don't necessarily die after too many falls from up here, it still kind of takes a toll on your ego. And one of the things you are going to want to consider is the fact that you won't be able to use your pitten anywhere in here. So finding your path up might prove to be a little challenging, and we're going to be tackling that in the next episode. I've tried this a couple of different times, but with our chalk, we should be in a good position from a place you might not necessarily expect. No, right up against the entrance is not going to help matters much. But I think we're done here. I think we had a lot of great progress, even though we only made it up like 2 big cliffs. We did quite a bit of exploring, and the village here has been mostly looted. So all we have to do is climb up, and then we can keep going. We have some tea, some underground oak. I'll take one of these for the road, if I can, if it can fit in my backpack. There we go. So good at inventory management, I'm telling you. And there was a place we could bivouac right over here. Look at us, just right in the middle of the doorway is so funny. Next time in Cairn, we explore more of the Crystal Cave, and we continue on up, and hopefully we don't run into too much more of our new friend, Marco. I guess I will go ahead and eat that just for fun. And yeah, we have a lot of ultimate infusion to get to. I should also eat my cave trout, shouldn't I? Yeah, before it goes bad. We also still have a dandelion. Like, man, we are freaking loaded. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you here next time.